I can't get into the vein. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to begin. Oh, I wish to goodness I'd spoken to her at the dance the other night when she told me they were all going away for the summer. Oh, no, instead I've gone and left everything to the very last minute. And now I'm regularly nonplussed. By George, I know what I'll do. I'll make an exercise of it. I'll write it down a dozen different ways and send the one I think looks the best. So come on, Jack. Here we are, in love with the dearest girl on earth. Tackle her like a man and tell her so. Well, they'll be off north, and you'll be gone down and have lost your chance forever. Oh, she's my fate, and I'm hanged if I shan't be hers. So here goes. My darling. Oh, too formal. Oh, not a bit what I really feel. My dear, dear sweet. Oh, too forward. My dear, hang it, why not? My dear Kitty. Oh, that's grand. Now I can go ahead like a house on fire. My dear Kitty,
Beg pardon, sir, but would you mind?
Yes, very much. Go away, I'm busy.
Yes, sir, but...
I'm busy with the most important affair. Get out.
Yes.
Oh, just as I'd made such a good start, too. Mike, what are you doing, Brassett? Confound it all, what do you want?
I merely wish to say, sir, that I've laid out a few things...
All right, get out and leave me alone.
Which I thought you wouldn't care to...
Take him, keep him, take every blessed rag I've got, only go away. My dear Kitty.
I beg pardon, sir?
Oh, confound it all, I wasn't addressing you, go away. My dear Kitty.
I say.
Oh, if you don't clear out, Brassett. Oh, it's you, Charlie. What is it, old
Sorry, Jack, I don't want to interrupt you if you're busy.
Oh, don't go, Charlie. It's only that fool Brassett.
What's he doing?
Oh, only bagging all my clothes together because I'm going down. And worrying me like old Harry while I'm trying to write a most important letter. Oh, don't mind me today. I'm nervous, naggy, and nonplussed.
And so am I, Jack.
You are.
I've been trying to write a letter too.
A letter to who?
To Miss Pettigrew.
Well, how far have you got?
Well, I began awfully well, but I didn't like to be too distant. And I didn't like to be too...
Familiar. Well?
So I just said, my dear Amy, and then words failed me. So I've come to you for your advice. You always know what to say and do.
Oh, do I?
You know my idiotic complaint, I'm shy, you're not.
Can't I?
So prescribe me, old chap. What am I to say?
A good idea. I'll prescribe him and take the medicine myself. Now then, let's see. You're in love with Amy Pettigrew and you want to know if there's any
You
hope.
don't want to Scotland tomorrow?
Yes, I know. And you want to see her at once. When and where? There awaits. Do I diagnose the case accurately?
To a T, old chap.
Very well, then. You want to say something to this effect. My dear Kitty.
No, not Kitty. Amy.
Oh, of course. What am I thinking of? My dearest Amy. Forgive me, darling, for thus addressing you, but I love you so deeply.
Rather strong, Jack.
Shut up. So earnestly. Also underlined.
Oh, I say.
And I must write and tell you so. All I
There's
ask
one
is...
obstacle to me putting it quite as straight as that, Jack, much as I'd like to.
Well, what's that?
Well, I have an aunt.
My dear Charlie, most of us have. What about her?
Well, I feel I ought to tell her first.
Oh, if you're going to drag an aunt into the business, we may as well wait till they all come back from Scotland.
Why?
Well, you know what auntie is when she steps in.
No, I don't. That's just it. I don't know her. I've never even seen her.
Well, we won't be too hard on that aunt, will we? She hasn't interfered much into your affairs up to now.
No, except to find out there was an orphan and had me sent to Eton and to Oxford. And now my guardian writes to tell me that she's coming here this morning by an early train. She'll take luncheon with me at 1 o'clock.
And you've never seen her?
No, she went out to Brazil before I was born and became a sort of a secretary to a very rich old Brazilian chap out there called Don Pedro Delvadoros. Now, by the merest accident in the world, I've seen this.
Madam, or rather, Donna Lucia Delvadore, the Brazilian millionaire, who has taken Lord Toppleby's magnificent mansion in Belgravia, is an Englishwoman of genial disposition and a financial genius. Indeed, it was her capacity in this direction that earned the gratitude of a late husband and led to a romantic deathbed marriage. Well, they don't see much in that.
Well, go on, Jack, read the next.
Her only relation is a nephew at Oxford. Oh, lucky nephew.
That's me.
By George, Charlie, this is a startler. Oh, and she may be here in any minute.
Oh, I've met all the trains up to now. I wish she'd come some other day.
She'll arrive by the next, just in time for lunch.
It's an awful bore, and I wanted to write that letter to Amy.
Well, I don't know so much about that.
But it's an awfully difficult letter to write, fearfully complicated.
Well, why?
Because there's no people or anything.
No people with an aunt like that.
There's no reason to expect anything from her. More than she's already done for you, for which, of course, I'm very grateful. But I wanted to see Amy and put it to her that...
Charlie, I've got a clinking good idea.
Oh, Jack, you're a good chap. Write it down and I'll copy it out.
Oh, not for you, for me. Oh, for us both. You're gone on Amy, and I'm in love with Kitty.
Really, Jack?
Oh, madly. Worse than anything I ever took up. Even cricket. I was writing to tell her so when you came in. There's the letter.
I'm so glad. And what's your idea?
Hang letter writing. We'll give a luncheon party for your aunt, tea afterwards in the garden.
In the garden?
Yes, I'll get leave.
But my rooms are so small.
Oh, never mind. I shall lend you mine. Brassett shall see to it. Brassett! Now come on. We'll ask the girls.
Ask the girls?
To meet your aunt.
What about old Spedigue?
Oh, blow old Spedigue.
Oh, I forgot he's up in town in a few days on business.
So much the better. Brassett!
Do you think they'll come?
They'll jump
What
at
makes
it.
you think so?
Well, what do you think?
Well, you know, Jack, I rather agree with you.
Well, send a note at once. You write it. Go ahead. My dear Miss Spedigue. Brassett, where are you? Oh,
Yes.
oh, Brassett, get someone to take a note to Mr. Spedigue's.
Yes.
Yes, Jack, I've got that.
Would you and Miss Vernon do me the honour
The honour,
to lunch with me and Mr. Chesney?
Mr. Chesney.
I'll address the envelope.
Oh,
No, not that, you mum. At his rooms, St. Ald's College today at 1 o'clock. Miss Spedigue.
Miss Spedigue.
No, look out. To meet my aunt. What did you say her name was, Charlie?
Donna Lucia Delvadore.
Donna. All right, stick it down. An answer by bearer will greatly oblige.
Yours sincerely, Charles Wickham. Splendid, Jack, you're a genius.
Well, it's a glorious opportunity. Oh, they're off to Scotland.
And we're up down.
Yes, and now we can have them all to ourselves.
The message.
Give him that and tell him to look sharp.
Yes.
Oh, this sort of thing's not to be settled by correspondence.
No, we shall have them all to ourselves.
Yes, and we couldn't have asked them if it hadn't have been for your aunt. I'm beginning to love that dear old lady already. Oh, Brassett,
Yes.
lunch for 5.
How many, sir?
For 5.
Oh, for 5, sir.
What are you laughing at?
I'm afraid that our credit in the kitchen is somewhat exhausted.
Oh, is it? How are you off for tick, Charlie?
Well, Jack, I'm afraid my guardian's rather...
Oh, is he? Oh, never mind, Brassett. Get it outside. Go to Bunter's.
Oh, I'm afraid, sir, we owe Bunters. Oh.
You don't mind, Charlie? Be all right when my cheque comes. There you are, Brassett. Do the best you can with that.
This is no good, sir. I couldn't get anything on that. I've no doubt that it'll be all right at Bunters if I say so be.
All right, Brassett. Lunch for 5 at 1 o'clock.
Oh, rather short notice, sir.
All right, go where you like. Do what you like. Only lunch for 5 at 1.
Yeah.
That's all right, Charlie, isn't it?
I say, Jack, that's my watch.
Oh, beg your pardon, old chap. My mistake.
What wine, sir?
Champagne.
Oh, very little left, sir.
Half a dozen bottles.
Oh, no, sir, I think not. Oh, only 4, sir.
Oh, quite enough.
6, I'll swear.
No, sir. Only 4 champagne. And, I think, yes. 1 of claret.
Oh, hang that claret. It's been open a month. All right. He sniffed those other 2 bottles. He's a corker.
My fellow's just the
Oh,
same.
they all are. Now, while you and your dear old aunt are looking at the chapel and the cloisters, Kitty and I can have our talk.
Yes, Jack, that's all very well, but what about Amy and me and our little talk? She'll win our way horribly.
Oh, I never thought of that.
I mean, she's always an excuse to get the girls to come here, but by herself she'll be an awful bore.
Well, she'll be worse than that. She'll be a brute of a nuisance.
What shall we do?
Well, Napoleon went over the Alps on horseback, and I've been under them by train. There must be a way out of this.
Couldn't we ask someone else to meet her?
Yes, someone we can depend on.
But who?
What about Brassett? He's a pompous sort of old chap, and as artful as a corkscrew. Couldn't we turn him into a don or something for the day?
Yes, Jack, that's a good idea, but...
Oh, no, we shall want him to wait at the table.
Oh, of course, so we shall.
There's Freddie Peer.
Oh, he's such a cynical chap.
Oh, besides, you neglect your aunt.
Yes, I want to make love to our girls.
Yes. By George, I've got him! Babs! Fanny Babs, we'll ask him.
Of course, why didn't I think of him before?
Oh, he's a jolly cheerful chap, will amuse you all right like the juice and keep her in rattling good humour.
Splendid.
Brassett,
Yes, sir.
go to Lord Fancourt family's rooms, give him my compliments and ask him to come here at once.
Yes.
Say it's very important.
Yes.
And very immediate.
Yes.
And while Babs is doing gooseberry with your aunt, we can have our chat with the girls.
By the by, Jack, talking about Bab's cheerfulness, haven't you noticed something about him lately? Ever since he was so ill and had to go up to the Mediterranean?
I've noticed he's been jolly hard up.
Yes, I noticed from a few hints he's dropped to me lately, he's rather hard hit himself.
What, Babs in love?
No, not much mistaken. He's as soft-hearted over a girl
As we are. All the better. He'll see the necessity of keeping the old lady well out of the way.
By George, Jack, you'll be Prime Minister one of these days.
His lordship's compliments, sir, says he can't come. He has a luncheon party and, could you lend him a few bottles of champagne?
Lend him a few bottles of champagne, one of all the
Who's
cheap.
he got coming?
Oh, Freddie Peel and a lot of idiots like himself, I expect. They'll be sitting around howling comic songs all the afternoon.
Look awfully bad, won't it?
We mustn't. Here, Brassett, late for 6.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Jack, what shall we do?
Oh, come on, we'll go to him. We must make him come. He can't upset all our plans in a selfish way. Oh, Brassett, put that champagne in ice and tidy up my room.
Yes, sir. 1 o'clock, put the room in order first. It's always the way. Hurry, scurry. Never any time for anything. They come with a bang. They go with a bang. Everything with a bang, except pay their bills with a bang. Well, I didn't think that was one purpose at the same, upon my word, I did.
I say, Jack. Old man, where the dickens are you? In the bars of piss. Look where they keep it. Hello, by George, the very thing. Serves him right. He shouldn't leave it about in this ostentatious way when I'm so beastly hard up. Now, what's a bottle apiece? And they must make out the whiskey and soda.
Hello, Babs. We've just been over to your rooms to find you. We've been talking about you.
No, really, I say, how do you think I'm looking?
Splendid old chap.
Yes, I thought you would, please. Well, ta-da, I'm off.
Don't go, Babs. You wanted to see us, didn't you?
Yes, I want to borrow some fizz, but...
Oh, sorry, I can't. I could have spared you a couple of bottles with that fool Brassett.
I know, my man, it's just the same. There's no reasoning with them, is there? Well, ta-da, I'm off.
I looked you up last night, Babs, but you were out.
Yes, you know Freddie Peel, don't you? He's an awful idiot, hasn't a particle brains, has he? But I'm all right. He gave a card party last night and I won £100 from him. Should have seen his face, it makes me laugh now.
Why, Freddie Peel hasn't a sixpence.
No, really?
Did he pay you?
No, he's going to when his grandmother dies.
The old lady's been dead for years.
No, really? Well, that's beastly. Well, and he's had an awful lot out of me. It's an awful, he has the particle brains, has he? But I'm all right. Well, I'm off.
I say, Babs, we want you to stay and lunch with us today.
I say, you chaps, don't play the giddy goat. I've got to meet my tutor.
Well, you mustn't work like this, Babs. You're looking awfully pulled down.
Am I really?
I was only telling Jax, just so now.
Do you think I shall die?
No, not you. But you don't want to worry over all this study. You'll be a great man of one sort of one of these days without all that.
Yes, well, that's what I think, you know. But I must do something. We've had a wonderful lot of Johnnies in our family. Great Johnnies in the army and navy and things.
I bet they never kill themselves with study.
No, but I must do something.
Of course, Babs, you must stay and lunch with us today. Charlie's aunt's going to pay him a visit.
Oh, really? What fun. I know Charlie visits his uncle sometimes when he's hard up. So it's only right his aunt should return the visit.
Now that's just the sort of thing we want. A jolly cheerful chap like you with a fund of humour and a lot of brilliant conversation.
Yes, Babs, that's it.
To interest and amuse a charming lady.
Yes, who is she?
Why, Charlie's aunt.
What's she like?
Well, you see, Babs, we don't quite know. I'm to see today for the first time.
I say, Charlie, she may turn out to be an awful old crock.
She's a widow and a millionaire. That's enough, isn't it?
Rather. Put me down for a chance, Charlie. I'll take the chance.
We didn't care to ask Freddie Peel, did we, Charlie?
No.
No.
No, he's an awful idiot. I say, what's her name?
Donna Lucia Delvadores.
Damn it, what a name!
Oh, look, Babs. It's no use. You must stay to lunch. You'll find Charlie's aunt a charming old lady.
A charming old lady. I say, looky, haven't you got anything younger coming?
Yes, 2 other ladies.
Nice and young.
Yes?
Yes, that's more my line. How many did you say?
2.
Oh, I see. 1 for each of you and the old crock for me. No thanks, I won't.
Oh, now listen, Babs. This is an awfully serious affair.
I should think so with an old crock like that.
And we want your help as a friend.
A friend we can trust, eh?
Yeah, rather.
And we'll take you into our confidence. No humbug, straight as a die. We're in love.
What? Charlie's, well, you silly ass.
No full flirtation business, but the downright serious thing.
And Babs, if you knew the girls as well as we do, you wouldn't wonder at it.
And they're coming here to lunch today.
I say, have you proposed?
No, that's just it.
Oh, I see. You want me to propose for you.
No, we'll do that ourselves. That's why we've asked them to come.
You know, Babs, you don't understand our feelings a bit.
Oh, don't I, though? Oh, haven't you noticed how sad I've been lately?
Why, yes.
What is it?
I don't know, but I think I'm in love, too.
What makes you think that?
I don't know. I'm always wanting to be alone and hear the birds sing. I'm getting so fond of poetry, I can't sleep. I took to drink for a couple of days, but it made me ill for a week, so I left it off.
Well, you've got all the symptoms. Well, sit down and tell us all about it.
You remember when I was ploughed?
Oh, beastly shame.
No, not last term, the time before. I was awfully ill. I took the boat round to the Mediterranean. And at Monte Carlo, I came across an English officer named Delahaye, quite penniless and dying. You know, Jack, he tried to commit suicide.
Oh, bad luck at the tables, eh?
Yes, he begged himself and his only child, the sweetest little girl you ever saw, Jack. And to amuse him and keep his spirits up, I used to play cards with him.
And what became of him?
He died, poor fellow.
And what became of her, the sweetest little girl you ever saw?
Lost sight of her. A lady travelling home that way from South America, I believe, took charge of her and brought her to England. You know, Jack, I tried to tell her,
You loved her.
but she's in such
But
a...
it all oozed out of your fingertips and the points of your hair.
Yes, and I might have been rejected, and I should have looked a silly ass.
Well, at any rate, you can sympathize with us. Hello, is the messenger back? They're coming.
By Jove, so they are.
You stop, Babs.
I say, look here.
Oh, no, you do as you are.
I
We won't
say
let
that-
you go. Now we've got you.
Don't play the giddy goat. I've got something else to do.
What?
It's something awfully important.
Oh, well, what?
I'm going to play in some amateur theatrical.
Oh, rot, he'll be ploughed again, won't he, Charlie?
But I've given my word.
What are you playing?
A lady. An old lady. And I've never acted in my life before.
That's his tutor, eh, Charlie?
And I've got to try these things on before those fellows.
No, you can't do that. Try them on now.
You know where they are? They're in my rooms, in a box on the bed.
Well, Brassett, you fetch them, quick.
No, I'll get them with my little bag.
You know, Babs, you don't sympathise with us a bit.
Oh, don't I, though? Only wish I could see my own little girl.
Oh, she'll turn up one of these days. Have a drink?
No, I've knocked it off.
Well, just a small one.
I'm teetotal.
Oh, very well, then. Here you are, Charlie.
All right, Pat.
I tell you what we'll do. We'll drink her health, wherever she may be. Here's to the future Lady Fancourt Babley. Well, what did you say your name was?
Haven't the slightest idea.
Go on with you. Miss Delahaye.
Your themes, my lord.
Thank you, Brassett. You're an awfully good chap. I say, Jack, can you lend me half a crown?
Charlie, have you half a crown?
No, Jack, sorry, I haven't.
Or Brassett, give me half a crown, will you?
Yes.
Babs, here you are.
Thanks. There you are, Brassett. Hey, what's going on?
What have you got there?
Chocolates.
Chocolate?
Let's have a look.
Now, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll try these things on after lunch while you're in the garden.
No, you can't do that. We shall want you with us. Try them on now. Won't take long, will it?
Oh, only a minute or two. I've lost an awful lot of time over these theatricals, but next term I mean to work.
Oh, here they are, and your aunt's not come yet. Oh, good gracious, Jack, what shall we do? Well, we can explain. Show them in, Braston. Oh, how do you do? So kind of you to come.
Oh, we were so pleased to be able to come, weren't we, Amy? Oh, yes. Mr. Wickham, are we too early?
Oh, no.
Yes, Mr. Chesney, you didn't mention any time.
Oh, not at all, not at all. We're delighted. You'll be here soon.
Oh, so this is where you think and study and do all your work and everything.
Yes, we do a lot of that sort of thing here.
You've jolly quarters here.
I'm so glad you're able to come today. You see, you're off to Scotland tomorrow, and we shall miss you so much.
Yes, Uncle always takes us to some dreadfully remote place at this time of the year, where we never see a soul and it's so dreary.
Why does he?
I don't know.
It's a shame.
Why? Are you sorry we're going?
Sorry, it puts Jack and I into a perfect fever. That's why I'm so anxious to see you here today.
Yes, it's lucky my uncle is away in Tara. I don't think we could have come.
Why?
I don't know. But he raises such odd objections. And then, you know, he's so peculiar about Kitty.
Why?
Well, she's an heiress, you know, and he's her guardian.
Miss Verdon, have you forgotten that dance the other night? I never shall.
No.
No? All those stolen moments in the garden by ourselves were the very happiest of all my life. Oh, and out there in the moonlight. Oh, the moonlight is the true atmosphere for sentiment.
I wonder how many people have said that.
Oh, Kitty, I know when you like, you can be an awful plague, but today you were quite cynical.
I know I am, but I'm thinking of that man.
Of what man?
Of my guardian, Mr. Spettigue, who hurries us away from all our best friends directly we get to know anyone really well for fear
For
of...
fear of what?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, why does he?
Because he's a selfish, wicked old man.
Well, are you really so sorry to go away?
No, just angry, but don't speak of it anymore, or as Amy says, I shall cry. What a dear, sweet old lady your aunt must be, Mr. Wickham. I'm longing to know her. But where is she?
Jack, where's my aunt? What? Oh, why, she's hardly arrived yet.
No! Oh, Kitty, Mr. Wickham's aunt hasn't come yet. Hasn't come? Oh, then we must run and do some shopping and come back later. Shan't be long. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye?
Goodbye.
Oh, see, that up like a shot when he found your aunt wasn't here.
Oh, makes an awful difference, doesn't it?
Oh, look here, you cut up to the station and bundle the old girl here in a fly.
The old girl, what do you mean?
I mean your aunt. And I'll see after lunch and keep an eye on Babs.
Oh, all right. I say, Jack, I feel happier since I've seen them.
Yes, be off.
I say, old chap, have you got any hairpins?
Yes, it's great, Scott.
May I send your man for some?
Yes, certainly.
I say, can you lend me sixpence?
No, afraid not.
Oh, why, you haven't got anything. I say, Braxton, I gave you £0.50 just now.
Yes.
Do you mind making it 2 shillings and giving me 6 penny worth of hairpins?
Sir.
You can keep the change. I said, Jack, were those the girls?
Yes, but what the deuce made you jump out like that? They might have seen you.
I didn't know they were here.
Look out, there's somebody else. By Jove, there was a lot of hope in what Kitty said. In another minute I'd have told her. Oh, never mind, everything's going on splendidly. Oh, come in.
Jack!
Dad!
My dear boy!
Dear old Dad, what brings you here? Wherever have you come from?
From town, my lad. Had a chat with you and bring you a check.
Well, thanks, Dad, you're a brick.
A bit overbaked, my boy, after all my years in India.
Oh, a bit crisp, Dad, but a humbug pictorially.
Am I? How do you make that out?
How old are you?
What do you say to 50?
50?
Why?
Who'd believe it?
And you, my boy, seem a lot older than I did at your age. I suppose it's the times. Even the old college shows it. New ivy, new paint.
Well, Alma Mater's a beauty still, Dad.
I suppose she is. By aiding the gentle artifice of the toilet. Never mind, we all get old.
And as presentable as possible. Why, even you, Dad, at 50.
Wow.
50 years ago would have been a stout, white-haired, all bald, top-booted, domineering old boy. But no, here you are today, a smart, bang-up-to-date sort of chap one can talk to like a chum. Now, how have you done it?
Dunno.
Well, do you drink?
All I want.
Eat well?
Never noticed.
Well, there you are. Consequently, health good, temper perfect. We're going to be great pals, Dad.
There, my boy. There's a check to go along with.
Oh, thanks, Dad. I haven't half seen enough of you.
I notice your hospitality's,
I hope, Dad.
Oh, never mind. Same when I was a lad.
I've been done over that wine monstrously.
Will you? Never mind. So was I. Done over everything monstrously at college, but settle up, settle up. I'm very pleased with you, Jack. It's something to go down from college with a record like yours. By George, my boy, where the deuce did you get these cigars?
Are those, Dad?
Ha! That accounts for the bill. And now, my lad, it's time to think.
Think?
Yes, now that I've come into the family title, as you know, I've also, which you don't know, come into the family debts and difficulties.
Debts?
Which are far greater than I expected. With the result that the money I've been saving for you in India goes to pay them. In short, Jack, you and I, over the next few years, will be, comparatively speaking, poor men.
Poor men. Oh no, this settles me with old Spedigue.
However, I am in hopes of obtaining a small position for you in Bengal.
Bengal! Oh, what a horrible place. Oh, what is it, Brassett?
His lordship's hair.
Oh, confound his hairpins. Oh no, the dad'll be an odd one. I must get rid of Bab somehow if the dad stays. Stays? Why not? Dad, I have an idea. Couldn't this matter be settled by a wealthy marriage?
Oh no, Jack. That's the sort of thing I'd rather deprecate.
Oh, now listen, my chum, that is Charlie Wickham's aunt, Donna Lucia Delvadore, is coming here to lunch today. She's a widow.
A widow?
And a millionaire.
And a millionaire.
And a charming woman.
No, Jack, I don't think I'd advise you to do a thing like this merely for the sake of money.
Oh, not for me, Dad, for you.
For me? Why, you young rascal? No. I shall never marry again.
Oh, now don't be rash, Dad. Think it over. Where are your things?
At the hotel.
We'll go and change. Come back here to lunch at 1 o'clock. Oh, and Dad, put a flower in your buttonhole.
I say, Jack!
Oh, Dad, Charlie Wickham. Charlie, my father.
Glad to know you, boy. Glad to know you.
Her nephew, nice boy, you'll like him.
I thought it was a fire brigade.
Now, don't forget, Dad, put a flower in your buttonhole. Takes years off a man, a flower in his buttonhole.
No, Jack, you come and have lunch with me at the mine.
Oh, now, don't be rash, Dad. See her first. Please, just see her first.
All right, Jack. I'll have a look at her.
Well, what is it?
Read that!
Important business. Don't expect me for a few days.
She's not coming!
Oh, but she must go. Wire, telegraph.
Oh, no use, there's no
Oh,
time.
hang it, the girls won't remain without a chaperone.
Oh, couldn't we ask someone else to meet? Oh, Mrs. whatever her name is?
Oh, and sit and stare like an owl.
Oh, here they are, they're coming!
Oh, what on earth are we to do?
I say, Jack, come and look at me.
Oh, what is it? By George, splendid. Charlie, come here quickly. You know what a pious fraud is?
Pious fraud?
First cousin to a miracle. Look.
What is it?
That's your aunt.
Babs, my aunt?
It's the only one you've got. You'll have to make the best of it.
Look at me, how's this?
Splendid.
Who's that?
The girls.
The girls?
Charlie's aunt can't come.
Can't she? I'll go take these things.
No, they won't stop if you do.
Won't stop, what do you mean?
You must be Charlie's aunt.
Me, no!
Show them in, Brassett. Oh, I'm so glad you're back.
Yes, we were longer than we'd intended. And Amy wanted to get some flowers for Charlie's aunt. Has she come? Yes, has she? I hope she's come.
Oh, yes, she's come. Donna Lucia. Miss Vernon. Miss Pettigrew, Donna Lucia Delvadore. Charlie's aunt. Go on, say something.
How do you do, my dears?
We called on you before, Donna Lucia, but you hadn't arrived. And we brought you these.
Oh, thank you.
I hope your journey from town hasn't tired you.
Oh, no, it's very jolly. And pleasant, I mean. What the deuce am I to do with these?
Well, stick them in your dress.
You look worried, Mr. McLeod.
No, I'm anxious, Aunt.
Oh, he's a little affected at meeting his aunt for the first time today. Why the dickens don't you say something?
What the dickens am I to say?
We'll talk about the weather.
Ah, charming weather.
Yes, delightful.
Well, college yes will do anything.
You know, you're placing me in a totally false position.
And may I arrange these for you, Donna Lucia? After all, you know, we do have some nice weather sometimes in poor old England.
What on earth does she mean by that?
Why, you're a foreigner.
A foreigner. What did you say my name was?
Donna Lucia Delvadore.
What am I, Irish?
No English, married a Portuguese abroad.
A widow.
From Brazil.
And a millionaire.
I say, Charlie, have any children?
No, you fool!
But that's all right, now go ahead. Yes, it is wonderful weather for England.
Yes, it is.
Shall I take them to see the chap in the cloister?
No, you leave that to me and Charlie. We'll attend to them.
Of course, Oxford is all very new to you, Donna Lucia, but it's a dear old place in any weather. Amy and I will show you all about it.
Oh, I should be delighted.
You're staying till tomorrow, are you not?
Am I staying till tomorrow?
No.
No.
But you will, you mustn't you, Kitty?
I'm afraid Auntie can't stay after today.
No, you see, it's my washing day.
It's important business to attend to in town.
Yes, lawyers and stocks.
Stocks and socks, all very important, you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We have so long to know you.
Oh, have you, my dear?
Mr. Wickham has told us so much about you. He has made us quite love you.
Oh, has he, my dear?
And oh, he's so grateful. He says he owes everything to you and can never repay you. Oh, he's such a good, frank, upright man. Oh, noble of you.
Of course, my dear. It was only my duty to see out the welfare of my poor brother.
Sisters, you
My
fool!
sisters, you fool! And their sisters! And poor brother-in-law's orphan girl. Boy! Say twins in a minute.
Yes, but it was so good of you to find out. I mean, you were so far away in a foreign land. And he might have been left to starve or to fall into cruel hands. Oh, but you have such a good, kind, affectionate nature.
Oh, have I? No.
I feel I could tell my whole heart to you.
Don't let her.
And I'm going to the dear little thing.
Oh, you don't mind at all that you like this, do you?
My dear, charming little girl of whom I'm sure I can soon grow very fond. And you must tell me all you like someday when you know me better. How the devil is that?
I feel I've known you years and years already.
They're jealous. I'm sorry, but it's very nice.
Mr. Chesney. Beg pardon, but I've just heard Mr. Spettigue at the roof.
Uncle back!
Oh, Mr. Spettigue back? I thought he was in London.
Oh, I beg you, Mr. Chesney, send him away.
What am I to say? What am I to do?
Stay here, Bev. Tell him what you like, only get rid of him.
Why doesn't somebody answer this door? Why doesn't somebody answer this door?
What do you want?
I wish to see Mr. Chesney.
Where did you get that hat? Take it off, sir. Don't sit down. I'm not sitting down. I didn't ask you to sit down.
We'll waive that for the present, madam. I wish to see Mr. Chesney at once.
Well, you can't see him. He's not present. I'm the only person present.
The porter told me that two young ladies, my niece and my ward, were here.
I tell you, I'm the only young lady present.
He told me he saw them come in.
Didn't he tell you he saw them go out?
No!
Very well, then what more do you want?
They've gone into the garden.
They've done nothing of the kind.
They've gone into town.
Why didn't he figure that before? And now, sir, having gotten all the information you're likely to get in your present condition...
Madam!
Disgraceful, where have you been?
What do you mean, madam? I am annoyed, but perfectly sober.
Other people can be annoyed as well as yourself, sir.
Madam, I apologize. Good morning. Did you see anything strike this hat?
Beg your pardon?
Did you see anything strike this hat?
Do it again.
Why, I never been so insulted.
Hey, my dears.
Oh, it was sweet of you. Oh, you darling.
Oh, look at him, Jack. I'll punch his head if he does it again. Oh, look out, here's my father. Donna Lucia. Take care, here's my father.
Look here, am I in relation to him?
No, your Charlie's out from Brazil.
Brazil, where's that?
Oh, you know.
Where the nuts come from?
What, Mr. Chesney?
Miss Vernon, my father.
Delighted.
Miss Spettigue, my father.
Charming. Thank you. And now, Jack, has she come?
Oh, yes, sir, she's come. Go on, Charlie, introduce your aunt.
Donna Lucia Delvadores, Sir Francis Chesney, Jack's father.
How do you do, Sir Francis?
How do you do?
I'm Charlie's aunt from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
Jack,
Yes, Dad.
is this a lady?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, don't go, Dad. Go on, Charlie's told you all about it.
Charlie's told you all about him.
Oh, no.
No.
My nephew Charles.
My nephew Charles has told me so much about you.
In his letters.
In his letters. That's all right, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Oh, do it yourself.
I'm much obliged to Mr. Wickham, but I've only met him this afternoon for the first time.
See? Oh, but Dad, I've been simply photographing you to Charlie for years.
Yes, Charlie's a splendid photographer.
Remember, you've only just come to England and you've never seen Charlie till today.
Did you tell me that before?
Jack,
Yes, Dad.
my dear boy, this is impossible.
What, Dad?
Well, look at her.
Oh, good gracious.
Luncheon is ready, sir.
Take my father and be careful how you talk to him. Oh, Dad, will you take Donna Lucia?
John, allow me, Donna Lucia.
You sit beside me, won't you, Sir Francis?
I'd be delighted. You travel a great deal, I suppose.
Oh, yes, I'm a great traveller, Sir Francis. Only this this morning. I came all the way from London.
Well, Lucia. And mayonnaise.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Miss Pettigrew.
Oh, yes, please.
Miss Vernon.
Please.
Oh, what a pretty flower.
Oh, do you like it? Will you accept?
Oh, thank you. I'll have it stuffed.
You got the wine glasses?
Yes.
You've very pleasant rooms here, Mr. Chesney.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, you've awfully nice rooms, Mr. Chesney, I'm sure. Don't you think so, Sir
Oh,
Francis?
yes, more so particularly than you two, I expect. Don Lucia, will you allow me? Good, great, Jack. Where did you get that stuff?
May I have a little water, please?
Yes, open the champagne, will you, Brassett?
I can't find it, sir.
Can't find it? Well, do you know where it is, Charlie?
No.
Well, I thought it was in ice.
What is it? What is it you want?
The champagne, Donna Lucia.
Oh, what, haven't you got any? I knew you'd forget something, so I brought some with me in my bag. In my bag, Brassett.
Ah! So I was right after all. And that old fool of a woman told me they were not here.
Oh, Mr. Spettigue.
Don't address me, sir. So, this is the way you take advantage of my absence.
Oh, Mr. Spettigue.
Don't address me, sir. I have no wish to hold any converse with you.
Mr. Spettigrew, if you allow us...
My business is with this young man, sir, not with you.
But you won't listen to either of them.
Go away, madam, and don't interfere.
Where did you get that hat? Take it off, sir.
Yes, you forget yourself, sir.
Perhaps you will remember, sir, there are ladies present.
I disapprove of their presence and request them to return with me.
At any rate, we can discuss this matter on a more fitting occasion.
What a splendid suggestion. Let him call again.
You're a very foolish old woman, and I must beg of you not to interfere. Ladies, come.
Sir, you cannot put such an affront upon Mr. Wickham's friends.
I don't know them. I don't know.
Introduce me, Mr. Wickham.
Mr. Spettigrew, Sir Francis Chesney.
Mr. Chesney is my son, sir. And this lady is...
Pray, don't introduce me to him. I've been sufficiently insulted by the old bounder gentleman already.
I consult my own feelings when I say that I am deeply annoyed to find on prematurely returning from town my niece and my ward lunching without my permission with these two young gentlemen.
to meet Mr. Wickham's aunt.
Oh, indeed.
There's no indeed about it, sir. I repeat, to meet Mr. Wickham's aunt.
In my mind, it matters little.
In my mind, it matters everything. Therefore, allow me to introduce you. Don Lucia Dovidore, Mr. What's his confounded name?
Spettigue.
Spettigue.
Celebrated millionaire. Oh, how do you do?
How do you do? I'm Charlie's aunt from Brazil with a nice cup.
I've been indiscreet. I am sorry. So very sorry.
Go on, he's apologised. Ask him to lunch.
I thought you were very rude, but if you apologize...
Oh, by all means. I am sorry.
You stayed to lunch, weren't you?
Well, if you wish it, and I am forgiven.
Forgiven. Here, accept this as a peace offering.
My flower! Don Lucia, allow me.
No. Allow me.
Oh, we're sailing along. He makes a wonderful old lady, there's no doubt of that. Bit singular to look at, perhaps, but then look at some of your old ladies, and nobody believe them possible. And you don't seem a bit worse to look at than 2 or 3 I could mention in very high positions, too. Both the old gents have got the right of it. I fancy Sir Francis' favourite. Though old Spettigue fancies himself, well, college gents will do anything.
What are you laughing at?
I beg pardon, sir. I was just thinking of an old aunt.
Eh?
Uncle.
Well, mind your own business and go and get tea.
Tea, sir? Yes.
Out here.
Out here, sir?
Yes, don't stare like that. It's all right. I've got special permission.
Oh, beg pardon, sir.
Well, now for Kitty. Where is she? Everything's going on all right at last. Well, Babs frightened the life out of me 2 or 3 times at lunch. The way he walked into everything as if he hadn't had food for a month. Oh, but we've got over the worst. All the same, I haven't been able to have my chat yet with Kitty. Oh, but now they're all nicely settled down, I've given her a hint to meet me here, where we can talk quietly. Oh, here she is. Oh, hang it. I've a most particular appointment here with Kitty, so hook it.
But so have I, Jack.
With Kitty?
No, with Amy.
Oh, then we've both made appointments in the same place. What are we to do?
Well, they're your rooms.
Yes, but you're my guest. Here, come on, we'll toss for it. Got any money?
A halfpenny, that's all.
Or sudden death. Tails you and Amy, heads me in. Oh, here she is.
Jack, that's all the money I've got.
Oh, Mr. Chesney, there you are.
Yes, I'm here, in fact, waiting. I was beginning to fear you wouldn't come. Why don't you go? Have you no tact?
But what about me and Amy?
Oh, Mr. Wickham, there you are.
Yes, I was coming. I'm waiting. I'm here.
Beastly awkward. Oh, I say, Charlie, have you shown Miss Fettigue the garden?
Yes, Jack, I have 2 or 3 times. In fact, I've just come from there. I wish you'd leave us.
Lovely garden, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose it is.
Suppose? Oh, why, you haven't half seen the garden. Charlie, Miss Fettigue hasn't half seen the garden. Take her and show her the roses and primroses and cabbages and things.
But Jack...
And Charlie, tell Miss Fettigue those beautiful lines of yours to our garden in summer.
Oh, Jack, don't tell her I encourage you. She'll think I'm an awful ass.
And don't forget, Miss Fettigue, tea here in half an hour.
Oh, very well, Mr. Chesney.
Protect the others from the garden. It worries the life out of me to see Babs.
Well, don't. It's a large garden. Keep out of his way. Now, Miss Verdon, Kitty, we are alone.
Don't you think it was rather selfish of us, Mr. Chesney, to send them away like that?
Well, we toss for it.
What?
I mean, they'll be much happier together alone. And it seems as if I could never get 5 minutes with you without some miserable interruption. Indeed, I was beginning to fear you'd think me very rude neglecting you as I have done.
Oh, no, not at all. I quite understand. I couldn't expect you to devote yourself entirely to me. Indeed, we've had a very pleasant time, and now...
Yes, and now?
I was thinking we ought to be going now.
Go now? Good gracious, no.
Why not?
Well, before I've had a word with you... Oh, Miss Verdon, Kitty, won't you sit down? I have something to say to you of importance.
Indeed, Mr. Chesney.
Miss Verdon, there are times when a fellow's got to think a lot and think long.
I suppose so.
And there are times when a fellow mustn't stop to think, or if he does, he'll spoil his chance.
Yes.
Well then, Miss Verdon... Oh, Kitty, my dear Kitty.
Beg pardon. No, don't mind me. I only wanted word with my boy.
Oh, well, I'll just go into the garden and look at the roses and primroses and cabbages and things.
Well, Dad, anything important?
Yes, Jack, there is.
Oh, what is it?
Well, you know I'd do anything to see you get along in the world and make a mark, as I know you will if you get your chance.
Oh, you needn't tell all this to me, Dad.
Well, Jack, having thought it over, I've decided that you shall continue the career I've originally mapped out for you. And seeing my way out of the difficulty, I've determined to take your advice, my boy, and marry a lady of wealth.
I see you've fallen to the fascinations of some young and lovely.
No, Jack, she's not young, and I'm afraid she's not over lovely. However, she does have one thing in her favour. She has money, which, after all, is a real object of this instance.
All right, Dad, as long as you're satisfied, go in and win.
And I have to thank you, my boy, for the tip.
Thank me for the tip? I don't remember, Dad. Who is she?
Oh,
What's
you'll
her
be
name?
delighted when I tell you.
Yes, well?
Well, can't you guess?
No, Dad, I can't.
Donna Lucia Domador.
Oh, what? Oh, Dad, this is impossible.
Impossible? Why, you yourself suggested it. And for your sake, my boy, I'm going to do it.
But, Dad, you can't.
Can't? What? Is there something against the lady's reputation?
No, but, Dad, you mustn't. You can't.
Mustn't? Can't, my Jack, what a boy you are. Didn't you yourself suggest I should go into town, change my things, and put a flower in my buttonhole? And you know, Jack, I think the flower's done the trick.
She gave it away, Dad.
Ah, yes, but she's explained all that.
Oh, but this is horrible. Oh, but Dad, circumstances have altered since then.
Oh, how?
Well, you know you're not the type. You're too good to be thrown away like this.
Say no more, my boy. Your consideration for me settles it. It'll put you forward years. Had she been young and lovely, she wouldn't have looked at me. As it is, I flatter myself she's taken rather a fancy to me. And as for old Spettigue, in spite of his marked attentions, I doubt whether he's got a ghost of a chance with me.
Oh, Spettigue, attentions, great heavens, what are we doing?
So wish me luck, Jack, wish me luck.
Oh, take time, Dad, think it over.
Think it over? That's not the way an old soldier makes love. Now, Jack, I'm going into your rooms to make myself a rattling good spanking brandy and soda. Bring me up to the mark.
Oh, great Scott, what's the young monkey doing?
Jack! I wish you'd speak to Babs. He's carrying on disgracefully. He's taken Amy away off me and gone off round the garden
Well,
with
that's
her.
nothing to what's going on here. Hear that?
Yes, what is
Well,
it?
my dad making himself a rattling good spanking brandy and soda.
Brandy and soda? What for?
Or to propose to Babs, that's all.
Oh, I knew something would be coming. This we found out in disgrace. How could you let it go on?
Don't blame me. It was the fault of your muddled-headed aunt not knowing her own mind and leaving us in the lurch. I could strangle her.
Oh, what shall we do?
Well, come on, we must find Babs and put him up to the governor's games.
Find Babs, but Jack...
Come on, we can go around the garden different ways until we've found him.
But Jack, couldn't we end this horrible...
Oh, shut up. We must keep our heads now or ruin everything.
Now I'm ready for anybody or anything. Why didn't she come? I didn't tell the dear boy, more particularly because he raised objections. But she's promised to meet me here in 10 minutes. And time's up. Time's up. Ah, dear Don. That old fool spetted you with my flower in his coat. Are you looking for anybody?
No.
What are you hanging around here for? Is there anything you want?
No, I was just thinking what a lovely afternoon it was. Perhaps you haven't seen the garden. It's looking very beautiful. You ought to give it a look before you go.
I will. Before I go. What's he stopping for? Would you like a cigarette?
No, thank you. I never smoke in the daytime. Let's remain. He wants to meet me here in 10 minutes, and time's up. Time's up.
What's he stopping for? I must tell him to go.
You think of something to get rid of him.
Well, as you're not smoking,
Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
I really thought that it might be as well if you rejoined the ladies in the garden. They might think it rude us both being away.
Perhaps so. Perhaps so. She's in the garden.
Well, she doesn't seem to be coming. I think I'll go and have another...
I said, Dad, you haven't seen Donna Lucia, have you?
No,
Well, that's fortunate.
I'm waiting for her here.
Waiting for her here?
Yes, Jack, I didn't tell you before, but I have an appointment with her, and she's due. In fact, she's overdue, so get up, boy. Get up.
Oh, they mustn't meet till I've seen him. Oh, come to think of it, Dad, I saw her only a moment ago.
Oh, where?
In the garden.
In the garden? God, I've just said I spetted you out there.
I know Babs isn't there, but where on earth has he got to? Well, have you found him?
No, haven't you?
No, and I've looked all over the place for him.
Well, so have I, and the worst of it, he's got Amy with him.
I'll kill a little monkey
Oh,
when I
look,
get hold of
look at
him.
me now.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Wickham. Did you think you'd lost us?
Yes, I'm afraid I did.
Where have you been with that girl, you fool?
Nowhere.
Well, stop here, I've something to tell you.
Oh, have you?
Oh, I say, Charlie, have you shown Miss Pettigrew the chapel? Take a while I tell Babs. You must see the chapel. It's an awfully pretty chapel.
Jack, I'll punch his head if he does it again.
What the deuce do you mean by this game?
What game?
You promised to help us.
Well, I'm doing my best.
Doing your best. Your business was to look after those two old chaps. And here you are. Oh, but I've no wish to argue.
No, I shouldn't argue if I were you.
Listen, I want to put you on your guard.
My God, oh, thank you.
Well, my dad's going to propose
Oh,
to
is
you.
he? That's all right. I'm not going to marry him for you or anyone else. I'll see your hand first.
Of course not, you idiot. All you've got to do is remain calm and refuse him.
Come and refuse him, but a proposal puts anyone in a flutter. You know that.
All you've got to do is remember you're a real old lady.
How can I remember I'm a real old lady with my trousers
Oh,
on?
never mind your trousers. Oh, look out, here's the dad. I'm off.
Yes, but what am I to say? I've never been proposed to before.
Well, say he's taken you by surprise, but whatever you do, mind you refuse him.
Oh, I'll refuse him, all right.
Really, it's too bad. She made the proposition herself. It was a definite proposition of her own. Oh, well, I suppose ladies are proverbially unpunctual. Dr. Lucia, there you are. I was beginning to be afraid and popped into the garden to find you. It's so nice of you to come. Won't you sit down? By George, got her at last. Now for the plunge. I'll begin with a compliment. I wonder what's a real age. Oh, well, a lady's never too old for a compliment, so here goes. Donna Lucia, you'll pardon the rude metaphor of an old campaigner, I'm sure. But to meet you here this afternoon for the first time, as I have done, is like some lonely traveller coming across some bright little floweret by the wayside.
Do you mean me?
Yes, Don Lucia, yes. By George, that's a good start.
What am I to say to that, I wonder? Yes, that's very nice and very kind of you.
By George, she looks anything between 50 and 100. Oh, well, I put myself to it, so I must come to the point.
Okay?
Don Lucia, do you know what a man longs for when he's lonely, desolate, and wretched?
A drink.
What a woman. Doesn't help one bit. No, Don Lucia, this is what he longs for. He longs to plant in his own heart that bright little floweret.
I know, by the wayside, that one. Oh, does he really?
Yes, Don Lucia. And I've come all the way from India to find that little floweret.
You must be tired. Take a chair.
Thank you. It's a long way, Don Lucia.
It's quite a long walk.
But I have found it.
Then why did you wear it in your buttonhole?
Will you allow me, or will you give it to another as you did before?
Oh, yes, I remember. I was a naughty girl this morning.
Dear Lucia.
It's getting on.
The floweret I speak of must sit at the head of my table, walk by my side, dwell in my heart forever.
Going to show me a trick.
But I'll waste no more words. I will come to the point with an old soldier's bluntness. Will you be my wife? Will you be my little floweret?
Well, you see, oh, you take me so much by surprise.
Then I may hope.
No, I'm afraid not. Don't hope. I wouldn't hope if I were you.
My dear Don Lucia, do I...
The fact is, I have another's.
Another?
I say, look here, don't be downhearted. I'll tell you what I'll do if you like.
Yes, yes.
I will be a sister to you.
Sister? Only a sister?
Only a sister, nothing more.
And no words of mine can alter your decision?
I'm afraid not. You see, I'm in a more peculiar position than I can ever explain. I'm a woman with a history.
Then we must continue this interview no longer. You will accept my regrets and apologies for ever having broached the subject.
Any time you're passing.
Refused. What a relief. I'm sorry, though, for the boy's sake.
Here's a deuce of a mess.
Oh, you fool! What did you want to make a fool of my dad like that for?
I didn't make a fool. The fool, you fool. Did you hear what he called me?
Yes, a floweret.
Yes, by the wayside. That's a nice thing, isn't it?
Well, why didn't you cut him short and refuse him at once?
I couldn't refuse him until he proposed to me. Why, no lady could. I should find myself in the divorce courts before I know where I am. Look out, here's old Spit coming again. I shall land him when I know I shall. Well, I'm off.
Ah, Mr. Chesney, have you seen... Ah, yes.
What the deuce did he bolt like that for? Well, anyhow, they don't wreck my future happiness. I must find Kitty. Oh, why couldn't Charlie's aunt behave like a lady and turned up as she promised, instead of giving us all this trouble? I hate the sight of her before I've even seen her.
First on the left. Oh, thank you very much. First on the left, the man said, Ella.
Yes, here it is. Mr. John Chesney. Shall I knock?
Yes, do, my dear. Chesney. Name sounds familiar. Why couldn't my nephew remain in his rooms and not compel me to follow him about like this?
You telegraphed to say you couldn't come.
I know, my dear.
And then you changed your mind.
Yes, for about the first time in my life.
Why?
Some vague desire to see him without his knowing. Knock again, dear.
The porter said they might all be in the garden. Oh, I could roam around these old places all day. Isn't it beautiful?
Dream away, Ella. I shall wait till someone comes.
Oh, to live amongst these leafy shades, ancient spires and sculptured nooks, like silent music and scholars' fairyland.
But to one poor sublunary being, not quite so young as she used to be, a little fatiguing.
Oh, and how lovely it must be by the moonlight, where the shadows have no sudden fears, but only folds in the mantle of sleep, and all is peace. And the silver bells chime to the sentinel angel of the night, who smiles and whispers back, "All's well, sweet bells, all's well."
You fanciful little woman. But what has put all this about angels and so forth into your head today?
Oh, I don't know.
I think I can trace back all the little sly ways and byways of thought that generally lead in one direction.
Oh, no, it's just all so sweet here.
So it was there, by moonlight, seen from the bridge of a certain yacht. The rippling sea, the blue night, the brilliant stars. You see how I remember your words? And a certain someone who told you as you listened to the chime of the ship's bell, that you looked like the angel of the watch. He was a flattering tongued person, that someone. What was his name again?
Oh, I've told you so often.
Lord Fancourt Beverley. But I don't want your mind fixed on these things, my dear. Why, I'd almost forgotten to tell you. I'd invested your poor father's money for you. So thanks to his forethought for his little girl, he's rendered you independent for life. What is worse, independent of me.
Independent?
But you won't be, Ella.
No.
For I've grown to love the little orphan I lived in such grief in a strange land so much that I am not independent of her. So, let's make a bargain. Put that dreadful evidence of my dependence aside and let it grow and be my little girl and call me Auntie, will you?
Yes, Auntie, yes.
How did your poor father come to have so large a sum of money by him like that? I thought he'd lost it all.
Papa wanted cards.
Wanted at cards? When?
During his illness.
From whom?
From Lord Fancourt Beverley.
Is Lord Beverley a gambler too?
No. Oh, but Auntie, if we ever meet, I mean to give it back.
I don't think he'd take it.
Why not?
Well, it seems to me he took too much trouble to lose it. But I'm not going to speak for him. I don't want you ever to leave me. Oh, my dear, you've set me thinking now.
Have I? What about?
Oh, what about someone?
Oh, do tell me.
It was before I went away, to Brazil. I was very young and he was very shy. He never called me the angel of the watch, but he did get as far as a stammering compliment and a blush.
And then?
He was ordered off with his regiment.
Without ever?
Without ever.
Oh, Auntie.
It was at a dance the evening before he went away.
And you've never loved anyone since?
I was a sentimental young lady in those days.
What was his name, Auntie?
Frank Chesney. How strange. I'm afraid we're intruding.
Not at all. The college grounds are open to anybody. I am, so to speak, at home here merely because these are my son's rooms.
Mr.
Chesney.
And you, pardon my asking, but are you, or rather were you, Lieutenant Frank Chesney?
I was.
And you don't remember me?
I acknowledge with regret, madam, that I have no recollection whatsoever.
Must be more than 20 years since...
20 years?
Doesn't remember me.
20 years a long time, Auntie.
20 years. Where was the old regiment then, I wonder?
Mrs. Beverley Smythe, everyone's card but my own, of course. Then you've forgotten the day you first embarked for India.
No.
But you've forgotten the evening before.
No, not altogether.
Then...
Lucy! By Jove! And to think that at that very dance... but you wouldn't remember that, of course.
No.
No, because you never knew. By George, I nearly made you an avowal that night, and when was it? Over 20 years, will we say?
I'm afraid so.
I remember the dance perfectly. You were in white, tied up in blue.
Tied up in blue, just like a chocolate box.
You must see my son. He's a splendid fellow. He's at his rooms. Or rather, he's loaned him to a college friend of his, a young fellow named Wickham.
Yes, Wickham.
Yes, he was entertaining some ladies here this afternoon. 2 young ladies. And his aunt.
His aunt?
Yes, a lady from Brazil.
From Brazil?
Yes, Donna Lucia Delvadori. I must introduce you.
Auntie, whatever does he mean?
Wait a minute, my dear. Do I understand you to say that Donna Lucia Delvadori is here? Actually here?
Oh, yes. Well, she was 5 minutes ago in the garden. Do you know her?
I've heard of her. Shall I stay and see this out or return to town and...
Will you allow me?
Oh, certainly.
Thank you. Mrs. Beverley Smythe. I'll go and find Donna Lucia and the boys. Or perhaps you'd like to come into the garden to meet them.
Pleasure. My niece, Miss Delahaye.
How do you do?
Colonel?
Sir Francis Chesney.
Come, Ella.
Well, Jack, my boy, if that had been Donna Lucia, things would have been very different.
What's his lordship up to the old gent now? Looks as though a game of some kind. I think it's very dangerous running about like that. not sure I can catch sight of his lordship's trousers.
Now at last. No one here and I can speak to you. Oh, my dear Kitty.
Oh, but Jack, look.
What are you doing, Bassett?
Laying the cloth for tea, sir.
Well, go away.
Yes, but you gave orders.
Oh, put it back for half an hour. Quick, man. Can't you see I'm engaged?
Really, sir? Oh, I congratulate you.
Busy, confound you. Get out and don't come back. Now, my dear Kitty.
Yes, Jack, you've already said that.
Well, don't interrupt me. I go straight at most things, and I'm not going to hesitate over this.
Is that because you attach so much importance to it? Or that you don't care what you do?
Well, it's both. Mixed. Oh, so, my dear Kitty.
Yes, Jack.
Oh, do be serious. In a few hours, you'll be hundreds of miles away. And maybe years till we meet again, unless...
Unless what?
Will you listen?
I can't help myself.
I told you how my dad intended me for Parliament and all that.
Yes.
Well, now he tells me I shall have to give up all that and earn my own living.
Well, that will do you no harm, Jack.
No, that's how I look at it. I've done well up here, I've worked hard, and worked hard wherever you are. So I intend to come out all right, one way or the other. I've broken the ice at last.
Dear fellow.
I hope they keep away.
Well, I'm sure I wish you every success.
Oh, of course, in time I shall be all right, but the question is, will you wait?
Wait? What for?
No, beg your pardon, I didn't mean that.
You didn't mean that.
No, what I really mean is, before I say anything further, I should like you to know what I've been trying to tell you.
Oh, yes? What was that?
Well, to be practical and lay everything fairly before you, my position in life will be something...
City?
Thanks, my home.
Suburban?
Thanks, exactly, transit.
Bus or rail?
My personal income.
Small?
My extra income.
Precarious?
Oh, but under certain conditions, my fears would be nil. And my hopes tremendous. Well, now you know all. That's how I stand.
Oh, that's how you stand.
Oh, Kitty. Oh, it's my duty to tell her all.
Oh, dear fellow.
I'll kill anyone who comes now.
Well, I hope these happy conditions will be realised to your heart's content.
Oh, Kitty, they'll never be realised without you.
Without me?
Oh, now you're vexed with me. You hate the city, you despise the suburbs, and you loathe buses.
Why should you say that, Jack?
Kitty?
As if I hadn't the heart to do what thousands of better girls than I have done.
Kitty?
As if I couldn't realise all the happy times that are to be had out of cooking and mending and ministering to the wants and happiness of a man who will work and strive for the woman he loves.
Oh, then, Kitty!
Then try me, Jack, for I love you dearly.
Oh, you do, Kitty, you do!
As much as you love me.
Oh, Kitty.
My dear Kitty.
Oh, my dear Kitty, you're a brick. I've done it! I've done it in spite of the lot of them!
But what of my guardian, Mr. Spettigue?
I'll see him at once.
No, that will never do.
Never do?
No, his consent must be in writing.
Oh, in writing, why?
So he can't retract. Oh, you don't know him like I do. There's only one person who can get his consent for us. So be a good fellow and send it to me at once.
What, Amy?
No, Charlie's aunt, Donna Lucia.
Oh, no, but Kitty,
don't
no.
ask questions, Jack. There's a good chap. Just send it to me at once while I find Amy.
Oh, no, where are we now? This can't go on.
I've done it, Jack! I've done it!
Done what?
I've let the cat out of the bag and I've told her everything!
Oh, you fool! Told her what?
That I love her!
Oh, is that all?
Yes, but Jack, she's gone off to find Donna Lucia to get her uncle's consent. We should be in the dickens of a mess yet.
Oh, well, keep cool, man. Keep cool. We're all right. All right up to now.
Into an awful disgrace.
And a damn good job, too. You don't know the things he keeps saying to me.
He who?
I my mash, old Spettigue.
Well, what does he say?
Yes, what does he
No,
say?
no, no, Charlie's too young.
Oh, get out, man. That's nothing.
No, but look how well I get on with the girls.
Yes, too well, confound you.
Do I?
Jack, I can live this lie no longer.
Well, don't stop that. Some lies have got to be lived.
What for?
To save confessing to me, you duffer.
I wish to goodness you'd bring it all to an end.
Oh, so do I. What a drink.
We'd be all right if the donkey would only be reasonable and behave like a lady.
I know all that, but he can't. He doesn't know how.
As it is, the selfish idiot's ruining and spoiling everything.
I wish we'd asked Freddie Peel now.
Oh, at any rate, Freddie Peel would have stood by us like a man.
We were fools to trust him.
Oh, the selfish beast.
And you think of all the misery he's put us to.
I feel so infernally indignant I can wring his head off.
Look at him now!
let Charlie have a go.
Take your hands out of your pockets. Here are your braces. Just when we want old Spedigue in his best of humour, you go and risk everything by this fool of a game.
What fool of a game? I'm not going to marry old Spedigue. I could never be happy with a man like that.
You know, Babs, it was your little girl would do anything for you.
So tuck me in.
All you think of is running after our girls, confound you.
Oh, do I? Am I right behind, eh?
Well, look out, here are the girls.
Oh, Donna Lucia, we've been looking for you everywhere. Amy and I so want to speak to you. Yes, we're in a difficulty.
Hey, difficulty?
Yes, and we want you to be an angel. Oh, Jack, do go away. Oh, yes, go away, Charlie.
Yes, go away. They want me to be an angel.
Now, you know Amy's uncle, Mr. Spedigue, is my guardian. And under my father's will gets nearly all my money if I marry without his consent. And you know Jack and Kitty are in love with each other, and Jack's lost all his money or something. For years and years. And now Kitty wants... Wait a moment, Amy.
Yes, wait a moment, Amy, dear. It's her turn.
Oh, now it's your turn.
Now it's your turn.
Now, Amy and Charlie are in love with each other too. And you don't object, do you?
No, my dears.
Oh, you dear thing. Jack, go away. Just go away, Charlie.
Yes, go away. We three girls want to be alone.
I must We'll go and get Tilly. I must bring them all and stop all this.
Now, first, you know we're in love.
Yes, you're in love and you want to get married.
Well, yes. And we want Uncle's consent. And yours. And we want you to be an angel and do it.
Angel, do it? Do what?
Get Mr. Spedigue's consent. For both of us.
For both of you.
Yes. First, you see, you'll give your consent to Charlie and Amy, won't you?
Yes, nothing could be nicer.
Oh, you are so kind, but I knew it from the first.
Oh, do you want me to be one of your bridesmaids? No, some other time.
Well, we want you to get his consent. But mine, being a legal affair, you do understand, don't you?
Oh, your father's will, you mean?
Yes, his consent must be in writing.
In writing.
And you must get it.
Get it?
Yes, get him to write a letter or something.
Oh, but like this, I've no influence over him.
Oh, but you're so clever and so kind. And so rich.
Oh, yes, and so rich. I remember I gave away £5 only this morning.
Oh, at any rate, you must try. Oh, dear Don Lucia, do say you'll try. We're going away.
Oh, dears, don't leave me.
Yes, we're going to Scotland.
Scotland, a beautiful country, I know, where the whiskey comes from.
Oh, you are our only hope. Oh, Donna Lucia, have you ever been in love?
Oh, yes, dozens of times.
Oh.
I mean, once in love, always in love, you know.
Then you know what it means to us, don't you?
I should rather think I did.
And you'll get his consent for us, won't you?
Well, I'll do my best.
But you can't say no now.
No, not now.
Then we'll find Mr. Spedigue and send him to you at once.
He's a deuce of a mess. I say, Brass, can you give me a brandy and soda?
Yes.
Hang on. Oh, look at his old Spedigue coming again.
Ah, there you are, dear Don Lucia. I've been looking for you all the afternoon. So much to say to you.
Spedigue.
Annoying.
Mr. Spedigue, will you introduce me to
You've
this
kept
lady?
away. Oh, certainly. Donna Lucia, Mrs. Buttercup Smith. Donna Lucia del Vidore.
How do you do? I'm Charlie's aunt from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
How do you do? You know I'm most interested in meeting you.
Oh, really?
Yes. I knew your late husband intimately.
Whatever's the matter, Babs? She knew her late husband intimately.
Oh, well, how are you getting on? Everything's all right, isn't
She knew
it?
her late husband intimately.
Oh, the juice! Look out, his tea.
Oh, what of it?
You must entertain. Donna Lucia, will you pour out tea?
Cruel interruption. We get on so nicely.
Do we all take tea?
You haven't been in England long, have you?
Change the subject.
Change the subject.
No, do you take sugar and cream?
Lady, take sugar and cream.
Ask her!
Ask me to take sugar and cream.
Ah!
I think I should like a little sugar and cream, Donna Lucia. Thank you. My hat! My hat!
I beg your pardon.
I must keep her in that room. I must see her alone. I have it. They must come to dinner. After dinner, that's the time for my purpose. Pardon pardon me, but I have a little proposition to make to you all.
Here, here.
And I can't say no.
Mr. Spettigo's carriage.
Ah, capital, capital, the very thing. Now I want you, all of you, to come and stay and dine at my house.
Oh, yes, I'd be delighted.
You will return with me in the carriage.
No,
now.
I can't. It's impossible, impossible.
I'll take no denial. I want you, all of you, to come.
But I have my niece with me, Miss Delahaye.
Miss Delahaye?
Bring her. Delighted.
No, I can't.
It is!
There they go. Dinner's pretty well over now. They'll all be here pretty soon. Fancy old Spettigo getting me to come here tonight and butler for him. I suppose it's too mean to have a butler of his own. Well, all I can say is it's simply marvellous the way his lordship's kept it up. He's played the perfect lady something. Hello, what's up now? Anyhow, if the worst comes to worst, I've got his lordship's dress clothes with me.
Braxton, get me a fly quick. I'm going home.
You've been going along all right up to now. If you'd only pay more attention to old Spettigo. Why did you bolt from the dinner table like that?
It's awfully dangerous and unkind of you, you know.
Instead of behaving in a dignified manner as Charlie's aunt, here you are going on like some disgraceful old...
Oh, go on, finish it. Don't spare me. Can't say I'm drunk. Anyhow, it's for the want of it.
Oh, now, Babs, this game won't do.
Think of the girls and the solemn promise you gave to help us for their sakes.
Yes, but she wasn't here then.
She who?
The little girl.
What little girl?
Miss Delahaye.
What, the girl with what's-her-name smile?
Yes, Mrs. Butterscotch Smithe's niece.
Well,
She's
what
a
of-
little girl I met in Monte Carlo, and this Butterscotch woman is her aunt, and I'm off.
Stop him, Charlie, quick. You've got us into this juice of a mess.
With all the beastly ungrateful things to say.
Well, what difference can it make to you now?
I want to talk to her.
Talk to what about?
I want to tell the things you fellows have been telling your girls. Oh, hang it, I'm just as much in love as what you are.
Jack, I'll hear everything.
Was there ever such an idiot?
Oh, no, there never was. Oh, look at me, I'm a disgrace to my sex.
Oh, well, if the worst comes to worst, we'll take the bull by the horns and be done with him.
You can take the bull by the tail for all I care. And what's more, you can tell those confounded girls to leave off kissing me before her. I won't stand it.
Don't shout, you idiot. We'll make some excuse, put him in a fly and be done with him.
And Charlie, you can make some excuse to Miss Verdon for me.
Miss Verdon? What have you got to say to Miss Verdon?
Haven't I promised to get old Spettigo's consent in writing, you idiot? You're as helpless as a couple of babies. You want your mothers with you.
This way.
Oh, here they are, they're coming.
Sit down, quick.
How is your aunt, Mr. Wickham? We were afraid she might be ill.
Yes, is there anything the matter?
Annie's been a little bit upset, by the by. The heat of the dining room, that's all.
The heat. I found it rather cold.
Yes, Charlie means that, cold. You see, Donna Lucia has lived so long in a warm climate.
Won't you try his smelling salts? They're so good.
Oh, thank you. She's often like this, isn't she, Charlie?
Oh, I hope Donna Lucia is all right. Yes, is she?
Oh, yes, Mr. Chesney says she's all right now.
Well, go and tell Mr. Spettigo. He's most anxious. And leave her with us. Yes, we'll look after her now.
I see, fellas, don't leave me like this. Here's a deuce of a mess. I wonder what they talk about. I hope they'll be careful before me.
What do you think she really is, Auntie?
Some old thing they got after receiving my telegram.
Say something to her. I'd like to hear her talk.
I would, my dear, but look at her. If I thought they meant that to be like me, I'd never forgive them.
I say, Bresson, what's the story?
The gentlemen seem to be enjoying themselves.
Yes, they do indeed, don't they?
Do you know, that reminds me of a very funny story that Don Pedro was
It's just what I was afraid of. I must put a stop to this. Wait, one of the young ladies, please, something, please.
How rude of her to interrupt like that.
Oh, she couldn't have heard you, Auntie.
Oh, do tell us, Mrs. Beverly Smythe. Yes, anything about Don Pedro would be so interesting. Do tell us.
But perhaps Donna Lucia would prefer to tell Don Pedro's story herself.
Tom Pedro?
Your late husband, you know. Don Pedro Dalvadore.
Yes, I know his name, but I don't remember his stories. I don't hold with such frivolity.
Auntie, don't tease us so. Tell the story yourself.
Well, Don Pedro, who was the kindest soul in all the world, but will Donna Lucia give me permission?
Oh, you don't mind Mrs. Beverly Smythe telling the story, do you? And you will listen, won't you?
Well, I must. I must.
Well, as I said before, Don Pedro, who was the kindest soul in all the world, once found one of his cellarmen tipsy.
Tut!
So Don Pedro, whom the man did not recognize...
Why was Don Pedro tipsy?
Another man, Donna Lucia.
Don Pedro was, of course, most abstemious. That is what makes the point of the story.
Oh, does it?
So, Don Pedro said to the man, what would Don Pedro say if he saw you like this?
Tipsy like this?
Yes.
And what did the man say?
And the man said, and that's where it's so funny.
Oh, is that where we laugh?
And the man said, that's all right. Don Pedro's often like this.
Tipsy? Yes, all of them silly stories. What was the man's name?
Really, I don't know the man's name.
that's a pity.
But don't you remember the story? After all, it was a favourite of Don Pedro.
Oh, perfectly. I shrieked when I first heard it. I say that reminds me of a very funny story that I was told once when I was... Won't one of the young ladies play something, please?
Oh, I'm so out of practice, Amy, you sing something. Oh, I'm afraid I can't. I know nothing new.
Sing a charming little ballad, Tararapunde.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't, Donna Lucia.
Won't you sing something for us, Donna Lucia?
Me?
Yes, one of those charming little Brazilian songs I've heard Don Pedro was so fond
No, I
of.
haven't sung since I had the measles over 40 years ago.
Rather like I was the merest infant.
But I play a little. Yes, that's a good idea. I shan't have to talk and I can drown the conversation.
I hope you're quite recovered from the shock my niece gave you today.
Yes, I was a little upset, wasn't I? I suffer so much from giddiness. Were you ever giddy?
Yeah.
I was. Certainly, Jesus loves you.
Come on, my dear friends, come along.
Here they come now. Don't forget the letter.
No, I won't forget.
Amy, let's get them into the garden and leave her rid of Mrs. Beverly.
Charlie. Bring the cigars, Bassett. This, of course, the ladies. Mrs. Beverly Smythe, Donna Lucia.
It's smoking, I like it. It gives me insects and things.
Look at him, Jack.
Well, what's he doing?
Staring at her like he did all through dinner.
Oh, the fool.
Must make an opportunity to see her alone. It's a sweet evening. Perhaps some of you may care to enjoy a cigar in the garden.
No, thank you, sir.
It's a sweet evening.
You've been enjoying yourselves capitally, Miss Burden. We heard the music.
Yes, Donna Lucia's been playing for us.
How charming of you, Donna Lucia. What would we have done without your dear aunt, Charlie?
Oh, don't groan like that, you idiot. Are you fond of music, Mr. Spedigue?
Why, I hope to be.
Why are you going to take lessons? What's he staring at me like a blown out for?
Dad, I'm glad I told you about Kitty and I now. She's a splendid girl, isn't she?
I like her very much, I must say, Jack.
And, you've taken a load off my mind, Dad. I thought I was quite without means.
Not altogether, my boy. And you've thought this matter well over?
Oh, night and day, Dad, ever since I first met her.
It's a serious step, you know, a serious step.
Now, don't forget, in writing. Amy, let's get them into the garden. You take Charlie.
I'm glad I told the Dad now.
Why won't you listen to reason?
Of course I listen to reason, but why won't you give me the letter?
The letter, I remember. I've not written it yet.
Not yet.
Find an opportunity to talk it over, alone.
That'll be nice.
Charlie, why, you're so depressing. You ought to be very happy today.
Amy, great joys sometimes bring a sort of reaction. I shall be better tomorrow.
You're coming to the garden.
I told the Dad blank out, and he's delighted. Oh, but Kitty, you won't regret turning your back on society and the road.
And the stifling hollowness of my own Monday, and everybody else's rest of the week, and having something real to think about. Oh, Jack, the vista is too heavenly. Come into the garden.
It's a sweet evening. Care for a cigar, Jack?
No, thank you, sir.
It's a sweet evening.
Shall we join them?
Yes, I think it's a charity to leave those two alone.
Indeed, why?
Oh, only a little matchmaking mischief.
On Spetticue's account?
No, on Donna Lucia's.
They've gone! Lucia! Lucia, where are you? Ah, there you are, Lucia. How I've longed for this moment.
He's having to give me, old fool.
Lucia, I must speak to you.
I'm very angry with you.
Lucia, you wound me, don't say.
But as you said that after the promise you made me to treat me like this.
Promise?
The consent you promised in writing.
Lucia, how can you when we have so much to say that more nearly concerns ourselves?
No, we have not. You don't know me. I'm no ordinary woman.
Lucia, I beg of you to listen to me.
I'll listen to you with pleasure, but why won't you give me the letter?
Do you hear me, Lucia?
I'll hear you with pleasure, but where is the letter you promised?
Lucia, do I deserve this?
He deserves 60, old idiot.
Lucia, you are a puzzle, an enigma.
How dare you? Until you give me the letter, all is over between us.
Lucia, that decides me. I go to my room, a brief note.
And with full consent and sign, don't forget.
Then say you will be mine.
I'll say anything you like, only don't be too long in the study.
Darling.
I say, what devils we women are. Why I should be an old woman for the rest of my life. Drink or smoke all day. George, he's a find. I wonder how long he'll be. Hanged if I take the chance. Beautiful, beautiful.
Auntie, did you find the air chilly?
Yes, my dear, I thought I'd get a wrap of some kind.
Come upstairs and get me something. I know where your things are.
Thank you. Are you all alone?
Yes, all alone and so sad.
Dear me, what a dreadful smell of
Yes,
smoke.
I noticed myself. I'll go and find out who it is.
No, don't go. I wanted to talk to you.
Yes.
About your late husband, Don Pedro.
Oh, that would be nice.
When I met Don Pedro, he told me he had no wife.
Oh, the wicked storyteller. Yes, but he was a cruel husband.
The Don Pedro I knew was noble, kind, and gentle.
That was his father, the old gentleman with the white moustache.
Such a flattery. Do you know, Donna Lucia, I'm surprised you don't indulge in the habit of smoking. So many Brazilian ladies do, you know.
Yes, well, to tell you the truth, that's just what I was doing when you came in.
Pray, don't let me stop you. Oh, I shouldn't have been surprised at a pipe.
Can I offer you one?
Thanks. You see, not being a Brazilian lady, it might be thought strange.
Can I get you a drink of some kind?
No, thank you. Donna Lucia. Pardon my asking, Donna Lucia, but have you any children?
Really, a few. And none to speak of.
Here's your wrap, Auntie.
Thank you, my dear. I thought I'd go out into the garden. I fancy Sir Francis has something to say to me. And as it's a little chilly, perhaps you had better stay in.
Auntie said we weren't to hint about our knowing she's not Auntie. I'm sure she was only doing it to oblige them. Don't go, please.
I was going to the garden.
It's turned quite chilly. Auntie sent me to the garden because of that.
Can I get you a wrap of some kind?
Oh, no, thanks. Auntie thinks I'm better if I stay here. I've been ill, you know.
No, I didn't know.
Well, I'm all right now, of course, if I take care.
Yes, you must take care.
Auntie, I fancy, is a little more particular than usual this evening. For, you know, years ago, she and Sir Francis were sweethearts.
Were they?
But he went away without telling her he was ever and ever so fond of her. Auntie says he was shy, and he went away without knowing she was ever and ever so fond of him. The noblest man I ever knew, so shy and also kind. We got to know how Papa had become so ill and so poor, and lost a large sum of money to him at cards. Auntie thinks on purpose. I often wonder why they played cards. And Papa so ill too. When I asked the doctor if it wasn't doing any harm, he said not the game that was being played. But I have all the money, and if we ever meet, I mean to give it back.
My dear, you must never think of doing that. It would be like accusing you of cheating, you know.
Oh, but it was so much, enough, Auntie says, to make me independent for life.
Do you think he'd take it back if he knew that?
Oh, but I should feel it my duty.
It's too late now.
But he went away before I had a chance to tell him how much I loved him. For his kindness to my poor father. You don't mind me telling you all this, do you? I don't know why, but I'll have to talk to you. I like you. And I do so long to see him again.
Lucia?
Have you the letter?
Yes, here is the letter, but first, make my happiness complete. Say that from this blissful moment on, we are engaged.
We are engaged. Got it? Engaged.
Darling.
Mr. Spettigue.
Oh, call me Stephen.
Stephen, is this the letter?
Yes, that is the letter. And we are betrothed.
We are betrothed.
Ah, Mrs. Beverly Spitzer, Francis, congratulate me, congratulate me.
I knew it.
I'm the happiest man in the world. But where are the dear children? This must be a day of happiness and rejoicing for us all, for us all.
What on earth did he mean? What's all the excitement about?
Can't you guess?
No?
Didn't I tell you what would happen if we left them alone?
Eh?
Don't you understand? She's accepted him.
What?
Yes, Donna Lucia d'Alvadore.
You don't mean that...
I fancy he'll find out his mistake before long.
By George, what a fool I've been.
Why? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's just that young rascal of a son of mine made some sort of stupid suggestion that I should...
That you should offer your hand and heart to Donna Lucia d'Alvadore from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
Well, I think what a fool I've been. Could have been. Should have been.
Then you don't envy him?
Envy?
Well, think of her millions.
Ah, but Lucy, when I saw your face...
You didn't recognize it.
No, but when I did... but I explained that in the garden just now. And you'll be content for a while with a cottage and your old sweetheart?
And you would take me, a penniless widow?
Nothing would make me happier.
Oh, Frank.
Lucy. Why? What are you smiling at?
I was just thinking of
What?
Donna Lucia d'Alvadore.
Yes, well, she's a quaint little number, I must have.
Auntie, did you find the egg chili?
I didn't notice, my love.
Auntie, how pretty you're looking tonight. And Sir Francis.
Come on, my dear children, come along. Now, Kitty, you sit here, Amy there. I have something to tell you all, something you will all be very pleased to hear. But where is Donna Lucia?
Donna Lucia has gone to her room, I fancy.
Ah, perhaps it's just as well. And now, before she returns, I have a little secret to tell you all.
Oh, is it?
I'm sure you'll pardon me if I ask your attention for just a moment.
Good gracious, Jack, what's he going to say?
Well, how do I know till he said it?
Situated as I am, a lonely widower, a mateless uncle, surrounded with grave responsibilities, my ward, my niece, a good fairy has, I may say, tripped in among us, bringing with her unexpected light and joy.
Who does he mean?
Shut up! Under her influence, I have consented to the engagement of my niece to a gentleman in whose honour and probity I have the fullest confidence, Mr. Charles Wickham.
Oh, Charlie, how sweet of your dear aunt.
Furthermore, charmed by irresistible spells, I have also consented to the union of my ward with John, only son of my friend, Sir Francis Chesney. Ah, Sir Francis. But what would you say to a third engagement?
A third?
Our good fairy, nay, let me add without further metaphor, one whose name is honoured in the southwestern hemisphere as that of Rothschild is in Europe, has consented to become Mrs. Stephen Spettigue. I allude to our dear friend, Donna Lucia d'Alvadore. What was that?
Beg pardon, sir, the tray.
Be more careful, Brassett.
Uncle?
Be more careful, Brassett. Nothing could please
Mr.
me
Spettigue,
more
I can listen to this ghastly farrago no longer.
Mr. Wickham, sir, what do you mean?
I say, sir, I don't care what the result may be, I can listen to this ghastly
Do I
farrago.
presume, sir, in espousing my niece?
I can't, I won't espouse her under these false and lying pretenses. That woman...
You allude in such a manner.
I say that woman...
I must beg of you to speak with more respect of your aunt.
She's not my aunt.
Not your aunt? What do you mean?
Oh, I love Amy far too sincerely.
Never mind that, sir. Explain your words.
Sir, will you allow me to explain?
I'm addressing this person, sir. Answer me. Explain your words.
I was telling his lordship of this.
At the last moment this morning, my aunt, on whose account we invited Miss Verdon and Miss Pettigrew, telegraphed to say she couldn't come. The ladies arrived
And I, sir, prevail upon another person to...
To personate her. I've been treacherously, infamously deceived.
That was not our intention, sir.
Don't lie to me, sir.
Well, you forget, sir, you were not expected.
Front like that with a wig.
Well, you can't blame her for that.
May I come in?
Turn that woman out of my house.
I say, may I come in?
Turn that woman. Who are you, sir?
Charlie's aunt from Brazil. Where did that come from?
Fancourt Babley, you darling.
Fancourt Babley. I beg your pardon.
Auntie, and I told him everything.
What does this mean, sir?
It means we've all done you very wrong. We humbly apologise. My apologies, sir, for if I hadn't offered temptation, the whole thing would never have occurred.
And if Mr. Spettigue allow us to add our apologies...
And say we have no words to express our contrition.
It's infamous! Infamous! But where is the document obtained from me under these fraudulent pretenses?
The letter, I have the letter.
Give it to me, Miss Verdon. Sir, I demand it.
Allow me.
I shall dispute it. Under her father's will, I shall dispute it.
This letter is addressed and has been delivered to Donna Lucia Dalvadore.
But he is not Donna Lucia Dalvadore.
No, but I am.
You?
My aunt!
You'll pardon me if I retire? And as for you, sir, I shall inquire from the authorities your college in the morning.
I say, Charlie, can he have me up for breach of promise?
Charlie, Mr. Wickham, I mean, how dare you? I'll never forgive you. I'll never forgive any of you for treating my uncle.
Be patient with us, my dear. Your uncle shall have the most profound reparation my influence can make. For my own part, I only got involved in this when I found another lady established in my place.
No wonder she knew who my late husband was.
Well, I'm as sorry as anyone, but I trust Jack with my life.
Indeed? Then he shall have to wait until I am his mother.
Mother? Yes. Donna Lucia, in deceiving me as much as anybody, has, however, done me the honour to recollect an old affection and has promised to assume that authority. So look out, Jack.
Lord Fancourt Babley, there is one confidence you have gained which nothing could excuse.
I know, and I've reproached myself beyond expression. But I wouldn't part with the memory of that confidence to save my life. And if Miss Delahaye will allow me to say so, I will atone for it with a lifelong devotion.
Auntie.
Now, where's my son?
Here, Mama.
I shall have to talk to you very seriously, Jack, before I give you this. And Charlie, if you ever deceive that sweet girl again, I shall never speak to you. And as for you, sir...
Oh, no, never again. I give you my word. I'll give you my clothes if you like. I've done with them. Miss Delahaye has consented to think me over as her husband. And in future I resign to Sir Francis Chesney all claims to Charlie's aunt.